Welcome to MCOM 481 News Live, the source for all of your important Towson news. I'm Michael Tompkins.
And I'm Elise Montava. We have some great stories for you today, but first, let's check out what's in breaking news. Police are investigating if snow and ice caused two separate collisions Tuesday morning. According to the Baltimore Sun, a MARC train crash claimed the lives of two SUV passengers, and a Charm City circulator bus struck and killed a woman. Baltimore police spokesman Jeremy Silber says it's too early to tell if snow and ice were the cause of the issue. At Towson University, you may spend $74 more per year in mandatory fees starting June 2015. This 2.9% increase would fund new and existing projects, including a new shuttle route to downtown Towson. The university assures students that they take careful consideration when increasing fees. The Board of Regents will vote on the fee increase in March.
In other Towson news, Burdick Hall construction will continue this spring as the South Side project begins. While the North Side project has updated offices and classrooms, this new phase will create more athletic courts, outdoor adventure space, and additional fitness areas. The construction should finish by spring 2017. As undergraduate enrollment continues to increase at Towson University, so will the amount of housing options for students. 2 student apartment buildings are being designed for the West Village area and will sit behind Douglas House and Towson Run Apartments. Together, these buildings will provide housing for 700 residents and will even give each student their own individual room. One reason for this project is to provide more housing for transfer students. Vice President for Student Affairs Deb Moriarty says that construction is planned to start late next year and should be completed by fall 2016.
But for those students who may not live on campus, it is imperative that they stay attentive and alert to their environment. Sierra Colon has more as to why.
Thanks, Elise. The reason has been the recent amount of crime surrounding the Towson area. The Towson University Police Department says they're actively trying to solve this problem, but some might not agree.
TUPD has been sending out many campus-wide crime alerts to students lately. President Marvin Luschke says the campus is working closely with Baltimore County Police to create a safe environment for everyone. But some students need more convincing.
I feel like their focus is not on these crime alerts. I feel like these crime alerts are things that just happen, kind of just like an occurrence for them. I think their focus is definitely on underage drinking and like trivial things that particularly happen in college areas.
I'm standing on the corner of Burke Avenue and Center Avenue, where the most recent crime involving a Towson student has occurred. As you can see, this is a high traffic area where a lot of Towson University students pass by on a daily basis.
Burke Avenue is just one of several Towson University neighborhoods that have been affected by crime. TUPD wants to encourage students to take accountability and practice basic crime prevention techniques.
If you're talking on your phone and if you're texting, then you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. You're too engrossed in your texts or you're too engrossed in your telephone conversation that you are not paying attention to what could happen to you.
Corporal Williams says there has been an increase in cell phone related thefts because of eco ATMs, which let people trade in cell phones for cash. She says to make sure your electronic devices are hidden when walking to and from class. Students should also make use of Towson University's emergency blue lights if they ever feel threatened. These lights allow students to call TUPD on the scene immediately. MCOM 481 News, Sierra Colon.
Towson Police also suggests that you walk in groups and stay in well-lit areas at night.
Recordings of the 911 calls during last year's Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting were released last Wednesday. According to the New York Times, the calls were made public despite the efforts of Newtown prosecutors to protect the privacy of the families. The 6 calls tell a story of fear and tension from staff inside the school, but also Newtown police dispatching help and keeping callers calm.
The Inner Harbor is getting a facelift. How soon will plans finish so you can enjoy downtown? Details after the break.
If someone asked you, what makes your world go round? What would you say?
I love playtime.
Baseball.
I love Da Vinci.
I love my new husband, Mark.
Name your love.
My mother.
Payson. Of course, the Ravens.
Kramer.
For all that you love, register now for the MedStar Heart Network's Heart Smart event on November 10th. 877-74-HEART.
Here's one sports injury that's easy to see.
What's not so easy to detect is a concussion.
And what used to be thought of as just a ding can potentially be dangerous.
A concussion can have a long-term impact.
That's why the Baltimore Ravens and MedStar Sports Medicine are working together to make sure you know the signs and symptoms of a concussion.
For more information or for baseline testing, call 888-44-SPORT.
When in doubt, sit it out.
Welcome back to MCOM 481 News Live. Let's get right back into all of your important news of the day.
Towson University may be a smoke-free campus, but it is not a trash-free campus. Low participation in recycling has become quite an issue of concern recently for the campus community. But MCOM 481 News' Michael Tompkins says the school is making strides to stay green.
As Towson continues to increase its landscape and enrollment, the school also increases its carbon footprint. Recycling efforts seem to have decreased at the school. Chris Phillips, the Director of Facilities Planning, says that 18% of the school's current waste is recycled, but that is simply not enough.
And actually, quite frankly, we're disappointed on where we are right now.
One factor is that this issue was virtually non-existent just a few short years ago.
3 or 4 years ago, we won a Recyclemania national competition for participation and recycling rates on campus. Over the past 3 years, we've seen a steady decline.
Recycling is definitely an issue here on Towson University's campus. In just one trash can, I was able to find these items that could have been recycled. But with proper education and knowledge, Towson students can make a change for the better. One student who is hopeful about that change is TU sophomore Rachel Ungvarsky. She believes it is important to recycle and that it's really not that hard.
Sometimes when I'm in a place where there aren't recycling bins and there's only trash, sometimes I carry my water bottles out.
Ungvarsky is also the Director of Civic Engagement for the University Residence Government. As a part of sustainability efforts, she has already seen one of her initiatives play out in the residence halls.
So what I did was get recycling bins for every room, and they have a label printed on them that shows all the things that they can recycle so that they know that it's not just water bottles.
Another initiative from Phillips' end is more psychological with bin colors, connecting black with trash and green with recyclable. With continued collaboration from students and staff, it is quite possible to become a little more green here at TU. For MCOM 481 News, I'm Michael Tompkins.
The state of Maryland has mandated that Towson University have a 30% recycling rate by the year 2015. Phillips and other staff members will continue their programming efforts to get the school to that point. But Towson is not the only place that's trying to stay green. Baltimore City leaders have revealed a long-term plan to revitalize the Inner Harbor. According to the Baltimore Sun, the Inner Harbor 2.0 plan features a pedestrian bridge connecting Harbor East with Federal Hill, a bike share program, and an urban beach. A budget has not been set yet, but the plan could take up to 30 years to complete. But if you're trying to stay closer to Towson for some family fun, then check out the newly redesigned YMCA. Sierra Colon has more about the story.
After much anticipation, the Towson Family Center Y, located on West Chesapeake Avenue, is finally upgraded and now open to the public. This location is the first facility in the state of Maryland to be Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design certified. But the Y in Towson is only 90% complete. When construction is finished, there will be multi-purpose rooms and more green space for recreational activity.
Towson football beat Fordham 48-28 this past Saturday in the second round of playoffs. This was Towson's first playoff football game victory in 29 years, and students could not have been more excited. The Tigers will travel to Eastern Illinois this Friday night for the quarterfinals game. But also this Friday, it may not be Tiger Fest or Homecoming, but the Mistletoe Meltdown concert will be live in Towson's CQ Arena. The sold-out concert will be the first large musical event in the new arena. The show will feature well-known artists including Gavin DeGraw, Avril Lavigne, and the Backstreet Boys. And speaking of the holidays and mistletoe, the holiday seasons are just around the corner, and what better way to pick out holiday gifts than to go to the university store for a special 20% off discount sale they will be having on all regularly priced items until December 20th. Well, thank you for joining us live on MCOM 481 News Live, the best source for all of your Towson and world news. For Sierra Colon, I'm Elise Montalvo. And I'm Michael Tompkins. Thank you for watching, and on behalf of all of us, have a happy holiday season. We'll see you soon.